Okay, good afternoon everyone. So, we are here to report about teaching the novelist profession, chapter 9. So first, before we start our discussion, I have here a short activity. Arrange the scrambled words to form a correct word. So, I have here a paper and then you form it by group. Work as a group, please. So, this one is the clue. Kung siya yung clue, yan. Okay, so thank you. So can you please read the words, the jumbled words, the arrange na siya. Okay, teaching the novelist of all profession. Very good. So teaching the novelist of all profession. So for our learning outcomes, cite reasons why teaching is said to be the noblest of all profession. Next is to commit to the teaching profession, the noblest of all profession. Okay, so teaching has a lot of demands, right? That is why only few answer the call to teach. Even those who respond to the call, sometimes their response is half-hearted because they find themselves in a situation where there is no other choice. So, di ba, bisan katong teacher na sila, ang ginahalaga po, panglalo sila sa aguyon is, kung na yung mga tanong, ito na sila, teacher lang, teacher. Di ba, labag na siya sa code of ethics, ang imong ingon nga teacher lang ka. So nakoy uban na teacher na sila pero after 3 years, 4 years, anak mundang na sila kay why do you think anong mundang sila? Yes, wala sila kanang commitment sa ilahang trabaho. So only few embrace it as their mission while on earth, but yet it has always been described as a loveless profession. So I have here a short story of Teddy and Miss Thompson. So are you familiar with this one? No. Okay, so kindly please listen because I have questions after.
Teddy and Mrs. Thompson. Mrs. Thompson had watched Teddy the year before and noticed that he didn't play well with the other children. His clothes were messy and constantly needed a bath. Teddy could be unpleasant at times. It got to the point where Mrs. Thompson would take delight in marking his papers with a broad red pen and making bold X's and finally putting a big F at the top of his papers. At the school where Mrs. Thompson taught, she was required to review each child's past records. She put Teddy's off till last. When she finally reviewed his file, she was in for a surprise. Teddy's first grade teacher wrote, "Teddy is a bright child with a ready laugh. He does his work neatly and has good manners. He's a joy to be around." His second grade teacher wrote, "Teddy is an excellent student and well liked by his classmates. But he's troubled because his mother has a terminal illness and life at home must be a struggle." His third grade teacher wrote, "His mother's death has been hard on him. He tries to do his best, but his father doesn't show much interest. His home life will soon affect him if steps aren't taken." Teddy's fourth grade teacher wrote, "Teddy is withdrawn and doesn't show much interest in school. He doesn't have many friends and sometimes he even sleeps in class." By now, Mrs. Thompson realized the problem and she was ashamed of herself. She felt even worse when her students brought her Christmas presents wrapped in beautiful ribbons and bright paper, except for Teddy's. His present was clumsily wrapped in heavy brown paper that he got from a grocery bag. Mrs. Thompson took pains to open it in the middle of the other presents. The children started to laugh when she found a rhinestone bracelet with some of the stones missing and a bottle that was 1/4 full of perfume. But she stifled the children's laughter when she explained how pretty the bracelet was while putting it on and then dabbing some of the perfume on her wrist. Teddy Stoddard stayed after school that day, just long enough to say, "Mrs. Thompson, today you smell just like my mom used to." After the children left, she cried for at least an hour. On this very day, she quit teaching reading, writing, and arithmetic, and instead, she began to teach children. Mrs. Thompson began to pay close attention to Teddy as she worked with him. As time went on, his mind seemed to come alive. The more she encouraged him, the faster he responded. By the end of the year, Teddy had become one of the smartest children in the class. Despite her lie, he had become one of her teacher's pets. A year later, she found a note under the door from Teddy, telling her that she was the best teacher he had ever had in his whole life. 6 years passed by, and to her surprise, another note came from Teddy. 4 years later, another letter came saying that while things had been tough at times, he stayed at school and stuck with it, and that he had graduated from college with the highest of honors. He assured Mrs. Thompson that she was still the very best and favorite teacher he had ever had in his whole life. 4 more years passed by, and yet another letter came. This time, he explained that after he got his bachelor's degree, he had decided to go a little further. Again, assuring her that she was still the best and favorite teacher he ever had. The letter was signed Theodore F. Stoddard, M.D. The story doesn't end there. There was one final letter that spring. Teddy said that he had met this girl and that he was going to be married. He explained that his father had died a couple of years ago, and he was wondering if Mrs. Thompson might agree to sit in the place at his wedding that was usually reserved for the mother of the groom. Of course, Mrs. Thompson did. She wore that bracelet, the one with the silver rhinestones missing. She also made sure she was wearing the perfume that Teddy remembered his mother wearing on their last Christmas together. After the wedding, they hugged each other as Dr. Stoddard whispered in Mrs. Thompson's ear, "Thank you so much for making me feel important and showing me that I could make a difference." Mrs. Thompson, with tears in her eyes, whispered back, "Teddy, you have it all wrong. You were the one who taught me that I could make a difference. I didn't know how to teach until I met you." This story teaches us to look beyond the surface and see the potential and goodness in every person, even those who may seem troubled or challenged. It reminds us of the importance of building positive relationships, fostering a love of learning, and providing support and guidance to those who need it most. And we, the educators, have the great power to be like Mrs. Thompson. Teddy and Mrs. Thompson.
Alright, so, okay pa ba mo? So, I have a question. Nakasabot na mo sa story, guys?
Yes.
So, I have a question. What do you like the most in the story? So, okay, Danica.
So, ganun po sa whole na story ko sa learning is about ang characteristic sa teacher na wala niya judge kayo ng bata sa iyang past. Pero kaya siya talagang yung studian ang bata para makabalis sila sa past ng bata siya ang makalimutan. Kaya kaya statement lang. Ngayon, wala niya siya kapil na malakot sila sa classroom. But, kanang tiyang siguro sa niyang full life sa pagtulong sa bata para may growth sa bata. At katong sa yung ingon na si Teddy ang nag-teach sa iya na kaya tayo niya mag to make a difference. So, kapag niabot si Teddy, wala pa siya kabalo sa mga pag-teach. So, kapag pag-abot na ni Teddy, nananat si Teddy, pero na-open niya ang
transformation after learning about Teddy's struggle. So her shift from judgment to compassion shows how empathy and encouragement can profoundly change the child's life. So, next question. Do you know of a student who is similarity situated as Teddy? Nakabagay kaila nga parehas same situation sa mga Teddy nga. So, what are the lessons you have learned in the story? Don't judge.
Kailangan appreciate na from small things na pinahatan sa bata.
Sige, isa pa. Thank you so much, Narina. Hindi ko.
Lesson learned. Teaching is not just about the content, but teaching is about changing life and making a difference.
Wow, very good. So, thank you so much. So, the story of Teddy must have touched us a lot, right? Am I right?
Yes.
So, na-touched you too. So, let us remember that there are a lot of Teddys in our classroom. But, gamay na jud ang Miss Thompson, di ba? Especially itong mga naagian ako. Kaya mga teacher mostly mag-judge man din siya sa una. Pero karon okay na. So, the life of Miss Thompson as a teacher is said to be the endangered, disappearing species. So hopefully, the story touched you so much that starting from now, you vow to be like Miss Thompson to all of your students in the near future. And dili ta magpasagad o kuan ka ng judge ang atong mga estudyante. O, akong padaghanon pa ang mga Miss Thompson sa near future. Yeah. So may you be a Miss Thompson to all your students in the future. And if you do that, you prove to the world that teaching indeed is a noblest of all professions. So that's all for my part.
So the next one is convinced of the nobility of the teaching profession. So the first one is Henry Adams. So Henry Adams said, "A teacher affects eternity. No one knows where his influence stops." So he said this because to express the profound and lasting impacts teachers have on their students' life. A teacher's words, actions, and guidance can shape a student's thinking, choices, and future in ways to extend far beyond in the classroom. The influence of a teacher can ripple through generation as the students carry forward what they've learned and pass it on others. So this quote highlights timeless of far-reaching power of teaching. So the next one is John Steinbeck. So please read, everyone.
Even be the greatest of the arts since the medium and spirit.
So he said this because it's to emphasize the profound creative nature of teaching. Unlike other arts that use paint, music, and words, teaching shapes the thoughts, values, and potential of human beings. So the teacher's role is not just about to deliver lessons or information to the child, but to inspire, challenge, awaken the minds of spirits of learners. This makes teaching a deeply human and transformative art, makes teaching capable of changing lives and shaping the future. So the next one is So we all familiar naman nila, di ba?
Yes.
Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, and Confucius. So please read, everyone.
The greatest men and women in the history were teachers.
So they believe that teaching is the foundation of knowledge, wisdom, and progress. So they understood that learners shape minds, values, and societies by passing on critical thinking, ethics, and knowledge to future generations. For them, greatness lies not only in leading on, creating, but in influencing others to think deeply, live wisely, and act justly. Teacher in this view are the true architects of civilization and human growth. So lastly is
Siddhartha Gautama and Jesus Christ.
alam po na nila, di ba?
Yes.
So remember them as a powerful teachers because their teaching changed people's lives and continue to influence the world today. They taught important values like kindness, peace, love, and self-discipline. Their words help people live better, and brought hope and guidance. Even though they lived long ago, but their message are still shared, followed, and represented, showing how great things can last for generations and make a big difference in the world. So, nakuha ilang teachings dapat and ilang saying, diba? Kaya sa atong Christian na sa Bible, diba? So, teaching is often considered the noblest of all professions of several key reasons. So, the first one is shaping future generations. Teaching is vital in shaping future generations because teachers help students to develop the knowledge they need to become responsible, capable, and compassionate members of society. Through their guidance, teachers inspire young minds to think critically, dream boldly, and contribute positively to the world. By nurturing each learner's potential, teachers influence not just individual lives, but also the future of communities and nations. So the next one is foundation of all profession. Because every doctor, engineer, artist, leader, or worker was once taught by a teacher. Without teachers, no one professions would exist or grow. Teachers build the knowledge, values, and skills that help people succeed in their chosen field. So they don't just pass on information, they shape futures, build confidence, and inspire students to dream big and achieve their goals. That's why teaching is a foundation of all professions that support and strengthen all others. Lastly next one is promoting equality and opportunity. So it promote equality and opportunity by giving all learners, regardless of other backgrounds, the chance to gain knowledge, develop skills, and reach their full potential. Teachers help break the cycle of poverty, fight ignorance, and empower students to succeed in their life. By guidance, inspiring every child, teacher lay foundation for a more just, educated, and inclusive society. That's all for my